So we start back with a From the Verse because it's been a hot minute. So what's new with Star Citizen? Nothing. See you next time. No, there's been no Inside Star Citizen due to holiday break, but they will be back no doubt soon enough. But these scripts don't really need much input these days, as it's essentially along the lines of where the is 318? Yes, we are still waiting for 318 to come over to the live servers, and it's been a long old wait. We all thought it was coming last year, it didn't. Now we get told January this year, and I'm kind of doubting that one as well at this point, as there's plenty of things to iron out in 318 for CIG, such as elevators, shuttles, inventory, and a load more before it actually hits the live servers. So we'll wait some more for 318. And then everyone can enjoy the new cargo, salvage, and hopefully some Siege of Orisons and some Xenothreat events as well. With all this tying in with salvaging, I think there'll be some pretty busy event areas, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they look like when it does hit a stable live patch at some point in the near future. But there is some good news for the live servers. There has been a recent update for them in the form of 317.5, and it's only for the Red Festival or the Lunar New Year, whichever you want to say, which celebrates the Year of the Rooster this year, and it's an event where you can gain certain items in game such as wooden rooster statues, yes, giant, and some envelope flares such as these, that you can find them across the verse as well, along with some red paints. If you like the look of those, then you can buy from the store. Talking of buying things, there's a ship sale on as well, so check out the RSI website for what's on offer, and it does include the Hull C, which may not be on sale again for quite a while, but it's ridiculously priced as always at about 300 odd quid, so I'll leave that one to you guys. We spoke about the Siege of Orison earlier, and it's back with this live patch for you all to jump in and give it a bash. I'm hoping to get on and give it a go before the event ends at the end of the month. The last few tries I had were lacking in players, and it was actually a pretty hard slog. So hopefully I'll have better luck this time when I head in. The Daymar Rally has just been on. You can go and see the VODs probably on Twitch, or wait for someone to upload the highlights here on YouTube. And it's a rather large-scale community-driven event where people race across the surface of Daymar for about 500 odd kilometers. It's like 7 hours long, kind of crazy. But if you're into that, then it's definitely one to check out for sure. And for more news, we move on to the quick bit, which I enjoy by a warm fire with a scotch. And first up, we have AI tech, and they say the team is working hard at the AI. We all know it isn't the greatest in this game, but they say they are working on the AI nav so they can traverse airlocks, interact with consoles, and use elevators correctly. Hopefully they'll let us do that soon too. And they want NPCs to be able to drive ground vehicles and even pick their routes according to the size of the vehicle, so that's pretty cool. And something to keep an eye out for in the future when an NPC runs over your face in a Centurion whilst you're delivering a box. 10 out of 10. Next up is some fancy art stuff and things, including new outfits and more importantly fauna, which is always good to see, but again it's in an art stage, so actual fauna in game is way off at this time. Also on the topic of art are ships. The US team finishing touches for the Corsair, and they're moving on to white box phases for 2 new vehicles, which is pretty cool. The UK team completed their salvage pass and have begun work on the Crusader Spirit, which is also now white boxing, if that's a word. Just below that, they mention an escape raft for VIPs and making it functional. So that's going to be interesting. As long as they let me take the drinks master with me in the raft, then yeah, I can get on board with that. And an unannounced vehicle and development of an all-new small ship is underway. Your guess is as good as mine on this one, but if you have any guesses, or you know something I don't, bang it in the comments below for me so I can see what you think. Narrative, it's what's next, and it sounds boring, but it is the main thing that lets us have something to do in the verse. Now, the narrative team have been working on new mission content, such as missions in Security Post Korea, and that massive update for that, and obviously Clash of Prison as well, where you can do some missions inside the prison. They've also brought an organisation called WildStar Racing into the lore of Star Citizen, and it's WildStar that will organise the races in the future for the racing missions and such like. They also say that future patches will be including mining and salvaging missions to help expand the career choices, and of course the investigation mission, which I've mentioned in a previous FTV video, which will have us as the players finding clues and solving cases straight out the park, which sounds really cool, as well as sandbox missions that the team at CIG would like to bring to the verse, which are missions that you will sort of stumble across without actually accepting a contract beforehand, which again is a better way of doing mission content in my opinion. Sort of the exploration side and finding these things would be quite a cool thing to do. Last up is interactables. So these are the things that, you know, we interact with in the game, and they seem to be struggling to get some assets in the game without dramas. But in December they called someone out to fix a coffee machine, so you'll be able to have infinite cups of coffee if you're a proud owner of a coffee machine. You Costa Coffee and your high prices. They also said they have a new template for an item that will be integral to bounty hunting, which I'm looking forward to seeing, as I hope it's like a taser lasso or something mental like that. What do you think it will be? Again, let me know in the comments on that one. And finally, the team started work on lootable content to improve the loot pool. I've no idea what content, as we mainly just loot weapons, armor and med pens for now, but maybe having some high value loot scattered about may actually create another game loop as a scavenger, and even cause PvP to occur too. So wait and see what they come up with for this in the future. And this is a sneak peek of Pyro's station they've released, which again shows us, well, not much, except yes, it looks cool and all, but when can we actually see it in person, as that's all we want to know, let's face it. And that's all from this week's From the Verse. I hope you got something from this. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then give it a thumbs down if there's still one there. And consider subscribing for more from me. And if you're already subscribed, then drop a share to your mates and consider joining the Discord so we can hang out in there too. And I'll catch you in the next one.